every battery-powered drone has the same problem: time. The battery runs out, the mission ends. And for 30 years, the solution has been the same material inside almost every rechargeable battery on the planet: graphite. It's stable, it's cheap, it's reliable, but it has a ceiling. Graphite stores about 372 milliamp hours of energy per gram. That number hasn't changed, and it's not going to. Silicon stores more than 2,000 milliamp hours per gram. That's nearly 6 times the energy in the same weight of material. If you could swap graphite for silicon in a battery, you'd transform what a drone can do. There's just one problem. Silicon expands. When it absorbs lithium ions during charging, it swells by up to 300%. After a few charge cycles, it cracks. The battery degrades rapidly. That's why silicon has been a laboratory curiosity for decades. Enormous potential, but too unstable to use in the real world. This is NEO Battery's breakthrough: a composite nanocoating layer, engineered at the nanoscale, that encapsulates every silicon particle. Think of it as a flexible cage. When the silicon expands, the coating expands with it. When it contracts, the coating holds everything together. The structural integrity of the electrode is maintained, cycle after cycle. Those coated particles are mixed into a slurry and coated onto metal foil, creating an electrode with silicon's extraordinary energy density, but with the stability that real-world batteries require. The result? Validated in live field tests. Nearly double the flight time, 50% faster charging, and twice the strike range. Same drone, same weight, dramatically different capability. That's what happens when you replace graphite with silicon and solve the problem that's kept silicon out of batteries for 30 years.
Okay, now that you understand what's in that coating, the rest of the production line is going to make a lot more sense. Let's keep going. From the mixing room, the slurry moves into the coating room. This is where the chemistry becomes a physical component. Depending on which electrode is being made, the foil substrate is either aluminum or copper. The slurry is applied in a precise continuous layer across the surface using a slot die coater, essentially a very precisely engineered blade that deposits an exact thickness of material as the foil moves through at a controlled speed. Immediately after coating, the foil enters the drying oven. The solvent in the slurry has to be completely removed. Any residual moisture will compromise cell performance. What comes out the other end is a roll of metal foil with a uniform dry layer of silicon anode bonded to its surface. At this point, if you looked at it, it would just look like a dull gray roll of material, but this is the electrode, the functional heart of the battery. After the oven, it goes through a calendar roll press with 5 tons of pressure per centimeter. These rollers are compressing the silicon anode coating down to a specific uniform density. This step is critical for 2 reasons. It ensures the active material has good electrical contact with the metal foil beneath it, and it sets the final electrode thickness, which directly determines the energy density of a finished cell. Here you can see another one of these roll presses. Every roll of coated electrode passes through this machine before it goes any further. The Honeywell system uses both X-ray and beta ray measurement. The choice between them depends on the coating chemistry and thickness.